Hey, you're welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Afro-Social Workers Forum. It's always a privilege to have you online, and it is always a privilege for me to have this conversation with you every Tuesday. I'm longing to see you. I'm longing to have this conversation with my colleague and, of course, with the social workers. You're here today again, and today we are talking on a very important conversation. I know you are aware of the fact that we're having the second lockdown, and it is not going to be very easy for many people. And that's where we come in, your social workers, to help you manage your emotions during this challenging moment. Of course, on studio with me today is my colleague Batemona Abeke. Welcome with me, Batemona Abeke. And my name is Vera Sompon, your host. Ma'am, you're welcome. How are you today?
I'm very fine. Thank you. Thank you very much for having me here once again.
I remember that your birthday was a few days back. Happy birthday again in
Thank
Arias.
you.
Hope
Thank
you
you.
enjoyed the time.
Yes, thank you very much. The last time I was on the program, I was on the fourth floor, and now I'm on the fifth floor. And it feels very nice to be on the fifth floor. Thank
I
you.
no one cannot even see on you that there's any addition of age. I mean, there's the beauty of being someone full of that has fulfilled purpose, right? You
Thank
just keep
you.
looking young and young, and one would think that age is not coming close to you.
Well, I think it's wonderful to be 50. I don't feel any difference, only that I'm just getting a lot of compliments and a lot of presents and surprises. That's the only thing that is making me know that there's something special than the other birthdays I've been celebrating. But I'm very happy also to be this old. Thank
I'm sure you don't know that we are having the same month. I'm also born in December, and I'm not going to reveal to you when my birthday is, but I'm also born in December. Hey, we're welcoming all of you who are here. Thank you for joining the conversation. Make sure you share the link with your friends and family members, especially because we know that this conversation is so important. Ma'am, we're going for the second lockdown. Tell us more about you and, of course, the aspect of our conversation today, the emotional aspect of the lockdown.
Yes, for those that are watching this program for the first time, my name is Batemona Abeke. I'm a social worker and a consultant for trauma and working in Cologne for an institution called Pamoja Africa. And we are an institution that is doing anti-racism and doing empowerment work for people that are affected with racism or face racism in this country. And we are also working with the children and the youth and with the whole family in general, offering services that families need. So this is my background. Other than that, I am one of the founders of Afro Social Worker Forum that started 1.5 years ago, and we have come up with different programs. And one of the program is this Tuesday talk about family matters, about educating children, about informing our people about life and the expectations here in Germany. And the other duty of Afro Social Worker Network is to coach and to mentor also other social workers and to create an atmosphere where African social workers come together to share and exchange their knowledge and to share some of the things that they go through in this country. So this is it. And we've been having numerous program and different topics that come up as a result of our lot of work in this country. And today, last week we talked about managing emotional stress or emotional intelligence, and this time around we are going to talk about managing emotions in COVID-19 times. As most of you are aware, in Germany and also in most countries around the world, COVID-19 is taking a new and different dimension. It's getting tougher, and there has been need for different governments to make some new regulations or to be a bit tougher on the regulations running around, rotating around COVID-19 prevention. And today we are going to talk about the situation in Germany in particular. And I'm going to talk, because Germany is a federal republic, I'm going to talk more about my province in NRW, North Rhine-Westphalia, but this applies also in most cities here in Germany. So as many of you there know that our government has made it clear since Sunday that as from tomorrow, there is going to be a total close down of most shops and most businesses. The schools are going to close. They are going to be only, there'll be home learning or e-learning as we call it. And the kindergarten, the younger children, only those that need emergency care are the only ones that are going to be allowed to go to kindergarten. And this is going to apply until January 10th, as at now. Depending on how the situation will be in January, it might be extended, but they always give us information bit by bit. So the information we're going to share with you are the ones that are going to happen or apply as from tomorrow until January 10th. We are aware that most of you are informed through the media, through newspapers, through television, but we have a number of Africans out there that are not aware of all these changes that are happening every now and then. And so we are here today to break it in a language that each and everyone watching today is going to understand. And the idea why we are doing this is because we are caring for our people. Remember, we said from the beginning, our people, our problems, our solutions. So I believe that different people are trying to break the news to the people they take care of. And since we are your social workers, we decided to break this news in a language that all of you are going to understand, because we don't want anyone to be emotionally affected more than we are affected already. So this is the issue. So today I'm going to give you some ideas what parents can do with their children while they are at home in lockdown. And number two, I'm going to give ideas about what the parents or what adults, those that are also not parents, what you can do if you live alone or if you live in a bigger family. And I'm going to also analyze to you what it means concrete from tomorrow, what is going to happen. We all know what lockdown is. This time is different than when the total lockdown happened in April. And we are going to be, in April, we did not know much. We did not know much what to expect, because it was the first time that we went through such a lockdown. This time around, we know what to expect. We know what lockdown is. We know what it means to be at home. And we know what it means to stay with the children without having to take them outside. And the special thing about this lockdown, it's happening during a festive season. And this festive season is where families mingle. It's where they go pick grandpa, they visit them. It's where we move from one family to the other, merrymaking, eating, cooking, just having a nice time with the family. It's gonna be different this time around. It's a time of the year where it is generally dark and gray because of the winter. Yet we won't be indoors. We are not allowed to go out shopping. We are not allowed to go out with our children for playing grounds in a halls where we normally go, and the children will jump around and finish their energy. So these are some of the things we are going to talk about today, what it means, and we want to prepare you mentally so that you can think in advance, and we can give you some ideas in advance how you can prepare yourself, because we talked about the power of preparedness so that we are not caught aware. No worry, the food stores, the essential service providers are going to be open like usual. So the doctors will be working, the hospitals, the opticians, they will be open, the supermarkets for food will be open. There will be the groceries are available. What is not available is that shopping for Christmas presents, the shops, the clothes, the restaurants, everything is closed. The salon, to have your hair done, I did mine already, and it shouldn't take me until January. So those are the things that are not going to be available. And with this, then we want to prepare you, and I really hope that you're going to get some ideas and know how to manage this hard situation. Thank you. So to start with is what parents need to know about their children. This is what the first topic that we're going to start with. Thank you very much.
Thank thank you very much, ma'am. I mean, you're just starting the conversation. I would have asked you the question directly, what do parents need to know? Since you're going into the conversation, just give us the information. What do parents really have to know, need to know and pay attention, especially now?
Thank you. So the parents need to understand why the schools have closed abruptly. Every day there's been total confusion. There comes information every day. The government would love to give you this information in advance, but COVID-19 is something new. It's not known, and it's just try and error and thinking and a lot of discussions, and ideas keeps on coming. And when it becomes concrete, it's being released to the public. So this is how we receive it. What does this mean concrete for parents as from tomorrow? The school children will be at home. They are being told from what class that is going to continue. I think from the 10th class, they are going to continue with the normal learning at home. The young ones, they will be at home and they will be kept busy. The kindergarten is closed but only open to the emergency children. So if you have to work, like me, I have to work. If you have to work, your child can still be taken care of. But this is only when there is no other alternative. I can't take my child with me to the office because he or she will be exposed to the people coming to the office. I move from one place to the other, and therefore, so are doctors, so are policemen, so are the drivers of the trains and trams. So all these people are essential service providers, and the people, the citizens, need our services right now. Those that are the nurses, those that are working in senior citizens' homes, the elderly, they need to be attended to. So that's why all this is going to be open. Now, what does it mean concrete, you having a child at home? It means that you have to give this child a program at home so that we don't get into problems. So the children are used to going to school. They wake up in the morning, they take breakfast, then dress, and then go to school. What does this mean to you? It means that at home, you're going to be now the teacher. You're going to you're going to be first of all be a parent, prepare your child, and your child will eat, drink, sit on the table, and start doing the assignment that has been given by the teachers, because the teachers have given the children a lot of assignment. So we want you to prepare yourself, prepare your children this way, prepare a timetable. Let the child, after eating, let the child sit down. When they normally go on break in class, please do the same. When they finish their work, check that they always check. Be in the near. If you are not working, if you're at home, or if you are lucky, you can do home office, just be at home and monitor your child. So the more organized, the more structured you are at home, the easier it's going to be for you. If you are not structured, your children will be running around like small rabbits, and they'll be disturbing you because they have energy. In kindergarten, in school, they are used to structure. This time you do this time you do this, you eat at this time, you sleep at this time, you play at this time. So this time around, you expect them to do the same. And we are here to advise you today, parents, make a program for your children. If you don't have a concrete program, just ask your teacher to give you an idea how you can structure your day. In worst case, you can call us, you can write to us. Our emails are known already, or they won't be provided, and we can also help structure a day for you. We've already done this to the few parents that are closer to us in terms of work. So, but we are ready to also share this with anyone, because these are the times where children are going to be naughty, they are going to have a lot of energy. And if this energy is not well taken care of, you're going to have problems with your neighbors. Neighbors are going to call police for you. Neighbors will be reporting you. And so during this time, there might come problems that you are not able to deal with. So please make a proper program for your children. Most parents will resort to electronics because it's easier to just switch on a TV, computer, DS, Game Boy, or whatever it's called. This is good, but it has to be very minimal. It has to be limited. Most of the children, anyway, will have contact with these electronics because this is how they get homework. So some of them will be on computer for hours. So it will be important after schoolwork that you keep off all these gadgets, these electronic gadgets, so that they are not on it, their mind is not just going crazy because of being on these gadgets all the time. So check the food that the children are also eating. They should eat food that is not full of a lot of calories. Let's eat them food, a lot of vegetables, food that is going to make them not want to run around to go and do sports that you may not be able to finish to burn this energy. So those are the few things that we want to tell parents. You can also keep a routine of what the children should do if they are not doing homework. You can you can watch a movie with the children, and then you have a topic to discuss after. You can bake Christmas, or these Christmas these cakes that children bake over Christmas. You can do it with them. You can cook with your children. You can clean the house. You can decorate the Christmas tree with the children. you know Christmas, all this Christmas decoration, it's a process. And this is going to be wonderful if you can involve your small children or your teenage children, and it will be wonderful. So they will have a feeling that there is something they are doing, and they will know. So plan in advance. Let them know in advance what they can do. Involve them to write cards. Instead of you buying cards, the shops are closed anyway. So if you send Christmas cards to some friends or family members, let the children sit down with a block of papers. You can buy this even from from the train stations if the normal shops are closed. So you make the children draw, they decorate cards, Christmas cards, gift cards. Let them write letters this time, not email, not WhatsApp. Let them write with their hands. You're keeping them busy, and you're burning their energy, and you are helping them intellectually. So think about all these little things so that you can keep our children busy. They will enjoy, they will spend a wonderful time with mom and dad, and you'll have a happy. And the other family members will also feel that you spend time to think about them if you write a card. If I receive a handwritten card or a designed card, cards and stuck together by children, I feel so special because it means that these people have taken time to think about me. It's easy and anyone can afford to buy a card. So let's just have all these innovative ideas. Every child that goes to school has a box with, where they put their pencils and rubber and gums and, scissors. So use all these things that are readily available at home so that the children can have. You can give children ideas. Some of us want to just keep the children busy, and our children are so clever. They realize they know when mom or dad wants just to keep them busy so that they can have their peace of mind. Don't let your children know that you're just keeping them busy. Let them know you're spending quality time. Give them impulse, start, animate a game, a song, and dancing session. Give them duties. Tell them compose songs or listen to these songs, recite poems, and you just initiate, you animate, you make it lively, and the children will carry on with this. And you can also rest. You don't have to be round the children on the clock. You're going to break down. So this is not what we are talking of. We don't tell you to to keep the children in under observation. No, animate, give them some ideas, some impulse, and guide them. Be available for all those questions that should come sporadically, and you all are going to have a nice time. So this, what I have spoken about, is for children. The smaller ones can also play with puzzles. The smaller ones can be, be doing some little things. They can even, as you cook, you can give them plastic plates or whatever to play with and to pretend they are also cooking. So they are near you. So you cook and they are near you in the kitchen. So those are the practical things that I thought of talking about for the smaller children. And the same you can do even with adolescent children. And you can even tell the children you don't know how to make rice. Before we open school, I will teach you how to make rice. I'll teach you how to make fufu or whatever you eat at home, to make spaghetti. And every day you can say, I'll teach you how to make a different dish. So this can be also a mission that by the time you come, January comes, you have taught your children, your teenage children, how to cook. Yeah, those are some of the ideas that we needed to share with the children. To paint, to draw, all these things are important. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. That was so elaborate. You went into a lot of offers so that the parents at least are not thrown into the air. It's usually very challenging when we say do something with the children, do have a rhythm, have a routine, and then we do not really give parents exactly what it means to have a routine. And so I'm particularly grateful for how you were specific in the routine and when they get up, what they should do. Ma'am, in all the routines and even the offers you were just seeing, I still kept asking the question, how do we assist mothers, parents who now have to take the roles of teachers even when they are unable to understand the language? How do we help parents who now have to take the role of, some children go to school up to 4 o'clock, and now the mother, maybe who is not really, who doesn't understand that language, the German language, is going to sit to counsel, to help, to teach their children. How do we help them so they can properly help their children?
May I remind you that some of us went to the highest institution, yet their mothers and fathers cannot read and write. So I really don't see this as a big barrier. What our parents did is they created an atmosphere that is conducive for us to learn.
Beautiful.
This is all what we are asking parents to do. And as far as I know, the teachers are there. They are reachable, the teachers are reachable anytime if a child needs to be assisted with homework. So the parents' job is now to make sure the children have gone to bed on time, They have eaten and drunk well and healthy and enough, and they wake up on time. They have done those morning rituals that they need to do so that they can be mentally prepared for a lesson. They need to eat, wake up in the morning, shower if they shower, dress, take breakfast. And what kind of breakfast? Breakfast that is going to give them not only calories to give them energy, but breakfast that is going to make them, they are full and they can think, they can face things like mathematics. As far as I know, the way the school is structured is the school children, they start with the difficult lessons in the morning when the mind is still not tired. Subject like mathematics, physics or chemistry, this is what they do in the morning. And then as the day goes on, they give them now lighter things like English, like German, you know, like religion. They start with the hand ones and that are demanding a lot of concentration before the mind of the children is tired. So you at home also you can adapt this system. And it's the most important thing that the parents need to do is really to provide a structure. Because if a child is jumping from mathematics to German, oh, I don't have interest to do anymore, let me just listen to music, oh, I'm tired, let me just sleep a little bit, then day is going to be chaotic and nothing is going to go in here. And so it's going to be a full-time job for you, a mother, as a parent, mother or father. So that's why we are talking of structure. Make agreements, make a timetable. Let the child have a clear idea of how the day is going to be like. We are going to start maybe 8 in the morning, and we are going to have a break at 10 o'clock, or you are going to have break 10 o'clock, and you're going to have your lunch at 12:30, just as they do when they are in school. This is what I advise you to do. Follow their timetable as they are in school. If they are the younger ones that go to kindergarten, if they eat lunch at 11 o'clock, please don't give them breakfast at 11 because you just decided to sleep. So the whole day of this child is going to be distraction. So if they take breakfast at 8, give them breakfast at 8. If they take their, I don't know, lunch for the younger ones between 11 and 12 in kindergarten, please do this. If they make an afternoon nap, a little bit of siesta, let them sleep for those times that they are supposed to. In the afternoon, they can now play with the toys, with the whatever. So try to provide such a structure. So it's even wonderful that the shops are closed, so we will not be tempted to just be going roaming shopping for clothes, window shopping. No. If you have to go shopping, is you're going to shop for food. And this shopping for food, you can buy it later. If you are alone in the house, be at home. Monitor your child does the schoolwork. Afterwards, in the evening, act like this child is finished with school and now we can go to the supermarket. This is going to be wonderful for you as a mother, as a father, or whoever caretaker, whoever is taking care of this child. It will be better for you and it will give these children more security and there will be less dramas in the house for everyone, even for the neighbors and for government and for you, for we social workers as well.
That this is a very important point. You just took me to the point I wanted to ask. We had the first lockdown, ma'am, and now we are having the second one. What makes the difference between the first one and the second one now?
As I said at the very beginning, the very first lockdown in March, April, we didn't know what to expect. So we were just bundled to be at home and we went buying like never before. We bought some things that even went got spoiled at home. This time we are very relaxed. We are not just filling the supermarkets, carrying things in trolleys, because we are sure that it's not the damned world war. There is the supermarket still open, and we can always get the toilet papers. We can always get the flour to bake cakes and cook now during Christmas. So I think everyone is a bit relaxed when it comes to food right now. So that's a difference than that we have now than we had last time. The second difference is we are now in Christmas time, actually a festival time for everyone, you know. So this is now the challenge because we don't know how to manage this. So we have families that people that live alone. We have all different kinds of family structures. We have students that are used to go back to home to their parents, and this time they are going to be alone in their hostel because they have not been working throughout. They will not have the money to travel back home to the African countries. If I take Africa as an example, we are having those that are going to be the patchwork families where people are, mommy is living there, daddy is living there, and during Christmas, families come together. Now, this is not going to, it's going to be a problem because we're having a limitation about how many people can meet together from different, like in our state, we are not supposed to be more than 5 from different countries. During these 2 days of Christmas, we are being told everything is limited. So now the question that we are having is, if you are an extended family, and some of us have a huge family, I love it. This time of the year, it's going to be difficult. Are you going to tell uncle and auntie to come at 12 o'clock and they should stay until 4 o'clock so that grandma and grandpa and auntie from mother's side can come at this time? It's really very tricky. And then we have families not in one family, not in one town, but in different towns. That means traveling. This is also, again, exposure, being exposed to COVID everywhere you are going. So there is that fear. There is that grandma who is elderly. There's this auntie who is having asthma, who is vulnerable to COVID-19. She or he needs to be taken care of. We have to put a whole lot of things into consideration. This is the challenge, and this has come within a very short time. It wasn't expected. So mentally, we are all not prepared for this. Number three is, they say they say that you don't know, you don't fear. We have gone through a lockdown, a serious lockdown, and not a very serious lockdown. So we know what we are expecting. So we are expecting a total lockdown because in this country, the government has not in the past saying that intensive care unit is full. Now they have come up openly to say we don't have beds in the intensive care unit. This means that you may be sick and you may miss a bed. So this is serious. It's no joke. And I'm very serious about this because I have seen COVID-19 patients. I have seen people that have been affected. So it's a very serious situation that we find ourselves in. And now we have the mental stress, since a month of always being expectant, waiting for COVID to go. COVID is not going, COVID is taking a different dimension. This is now affecting people psychologically. So there is also that ignorance to say, I would rather die, I would rather go out, mingle with people than to die in isolation, So there is we are developing a don't care attitude. So we want to say, please, let us stay home. COVID is not on holiday. You may be on holiday in December, but COVID is not on holiday. It is out and they are roaming. It
That
can be, yeah.
that takes me to the next question on challenge, and we know that since the arrival of COVID-19, there's been a lot of increase of insecurity, uncertainty, anxiety, anger, violence, divorce, rape, isolation, name it. Even racism is even increasing because many other people are losing their jobs. So we are having increase of racism, the fear of the unknown. My question, ma'am, how do we manage these challenges and this kind of emotions?
So we are going to manage this by being prepared. Like the program we have brought up today, normally we shouldn't be talking about Christmas. We shouldn't be talking about maybe what to do, some different topic. But we decided to bring up this topic because we know that this is serious. There are people who are stranded. There are people who have anxiety because of imagining to be alone throughout. You can't go to visit a neighbor. You don't have even a family, but you normally go to friends. This time of the year, you're going to be alone. We spent nights in Christmas singing Merry Christmas. Like us, we've been making programs. The Kenyans, they meet together and they cook. This is now a dream. We can do this. I have been inviting all the students that don't have parents. I tell them, come home, I cook a big pot and we eat. Oh, 24th, 25th, my house is full. This time of the year, I cannot do this. So we cook in the church and everyone brings food. We are not allowed to do this. We are not even allowed to sing like before. The Christmas carols, they are gone. So this is serious. And as we said, racism is rising. There are people that are taking advantage of the situation. So we Africans, we have to battle a number of things. It's enough that most of our extended family is not here. They are very far. So like I said, some of us travel. This is the only time of the year where you take your 3 weeks or 1 month to go and visit the family. This time around, because of the insecurities and the restrictions, some of us are not able to travel. So this is bringing a lot of mental distress, and we want to try and prepare people and give alternatives if possible. Like I said, come up with an idea for parents, create a dish that you've never done. Maybe it's the time for you to clear that wardrobe that you've been dreaming of clearing, or to do the tax returns. Keep yourself busy with all those topics that you don't like doing, so that you can be yeah, you spend time positively. If it's about children, you can even tell children, you are now a princess. Now you be quiet like a princess, and I'm going to cook for you. Just enjoying, imagining being a princess will make them calm down. And you can always be telling them, if they start being loud, you say, no, princesses don't just move around doing things. So come up with ideas that you think can rescue from this COVID-19 dilemma. Thank
Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am. I like these ideas, simple ideas, but when you put them into practice, they create great impacts, right? Just imagine telling your girl, your princess and princess, this is how to go about. Ma'am, that takes us to the point of offering again programs. As social for Afro social workers, we came up with a program especially for kids because we know that they are going to have our support. They will need our support. And I would like you to talk a little more about the program that we are already preparing and coming up for our young people, just to give as a support for the community and, of course, for the parents.
Yes, so we Afro social workers, we thought of children are at home. They are forced to be at home, and they will be all the time on their books, or most of the time until Christmas. And we thought of coming up with a program, an online program that we are going to relieve the parents. So sometimes you give your children in the hands of the professionals. So we have arranged for a program that Vera is going to give the date and time. And the problem is, because it's a program for children from the age of 9 to 16, we cannot expose them on social media. So we want the children to enroll. So they register and they are going to get a Zoom address. And if you don't have a Zoom, just get in touch if you want your child to attend. We are going to be having regular programs every week. We are going to have a program for children where we can have a Zoom program with the children. We're going to talk about to them. We are going to bring different topics. We are going, first of all, the first time we are going to win their trust, and we are going now to present it to the parents later. So we are doing all this so that we can also talk to these children direct, so that they can try to improvise some certain things at home. So this is our Corona Help program that we decided to come up. Government is trying to come up with Corona Health package. financial, and we said we may not have the finances, but we have the knowledge and the methodic, this pedagogic know how we can keep the children busy. So we are going to provide this for you. Or we want to request the parents or the guardians is to register, because it's not going to be open for public. It's going to be only for those children that are enrolled. And the dates are being put now on the screen. So please take note and register through WhatsApp or through email address. And we are going to surely do a wonderful program for your children. So the date has been given as the 19th. This is before Christmas. This is Saturday, next Saturday. And it's going to be from 11 to 1 p.m. So you still have time in the afternoon to go and buy the groceries, since that's the only thing we can buy now. So why we are doing all these programs is so that we can make sure that your children stay indoors, but they are doing something constructive, and thereafter they may have topics to talk to you, and you can trust us because we are experts, we are social workers, so we are used to work with the children. We are going to talk things that are going to with the children on topics that are going to be with you. So it's an awareness program, what is coming for children to attend, to know what is coming, and also what to expect, and in case of any problem, how they can go about it without bringing any problem to the family. We are counting on your support, those that are watching, and we are hoping that you are going to share this with any parents that you know. Having a child from 9 years to 16 years, we are going to be having an online program for them. And the first one is going to be on the 19th, and depending on the outcome, we are going to give also the next date next week. So every week, we will be having a program for your children until we come back in January. Thank you very much, Vera.
Thank you very much, ma'am. That was very explicit. And of course, we said that we are your social workers and we want to counsel you. We want to support you. We want to give you the necessary backup that you need. Remember, Batemona Abeke says always, we are the village that you need so that we can properly support the children. And that's somehow for us also a giveaway for this 2020 Christmas that is going to be very, very solemn. And so use this opportunity, make your kids, your children really create some awareness about what is happening in the community, how they also can become influencers, and how they can be instruments of change for their community. Because, like we are saying, the COVID-19 is just an eye opener that life will never be the same again. Ma'am, tell us more. Do you think after this, life can be the same again?
One thing I'm very sure of is we are not going to be where we were in January 2020. This is what is being talked about, and this is what I think we will not go back to where we are. But it's okay. We are going to adapt to new systems. The children that are born this year, they are used to seeing everyone having a face mask. So this is going to remain. So these children will not, whenever they see someone maybe who has covered themselves, they will not be afraid. Those countries that were making laws stopping Muslims from having their covering themselves, today they are not talking about it because everyone is being forced to cover their nose and their mouth and just leave their ears. That means their eyes. So this will not be, even after Corona, I believe it won't be seen as normal to cover yourself. We are now used to this digital world. So to have a training or to talk to people, you must not necessarily meet them. So this is, even after Corona, this is going to remain. And this is, we can see positive things that are going to remain even after the so-called injection. I've heard that from January or from 29 of this month, that the EU is going to start giving injections, corona vaccine to people. So the information reaching us is like they are going to start maybe with the essential service providers or the medics or the very sick ones or the elderly. We are still yet to get concrete information, but we are picking the discussion that is going on. Immediately this information is released officially to us, we are going to have also a special session to tell our people more about this vaccine that is going to start. There is a lot of rumors and myths around it, and I don't want us as professionals to talk about it this way. So we are going to talk only on the official information when this information reaches us. So we've known that if you wash your hands and if you drink and you eat, you remain healthy. So this is going to remain. I just traveled the other day to an African country, and I just didn't see anyone with running nose. And I was like, where are those sicknesses that used to be all over? I didn't know that this is gone because the people are clean and they are drinking and eating healthy now because of COVID-19. So this is going to remain. So at least we have learned a number of things, and I'm happy that in as much as this sickness is very deadly, it has taught us also some things. It has taught us that we can greet without hugging. I miss hugging, but life is going on. So there are so many things that are going to remain even after COVID-19. What we don't know and what is still not known is the effect of COVID to those that are affected. This is a very sad thing, but since it's a new sickness, the damage caused or the side effects is still not concrete known. There are some thoughts of what is remaining, but we are still to know of what will happen. So that's why we have to be very, very careful, because it's a sickness that is not just by the way, it's a sickness that is also having side effects to some people. So we need to take everything serious. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. When you were talking, I just kept thinking and I wanted to ask the question. Do you think that the fact that we now understand that life will be different has made us become more kinder to one another?
I think so I can talk about myself and the people around me, but I still generally have a feeling that we have realized that the world was going at a very high speed, that we were almost getting out of control, and that COVID-19 has brought us down. We have become humble. We have had so much time to reflect, and for the Christians, those that are believers, they have also spent time with their God, and we have realized that we need to be there for each other. We've realized that the material things can just disappear one day. We have realized that COVID-19 is a sickness that is of equality, that is not racist, that is not only taking the poor, that is even taking the President Trump, the Queen, and I don't know, the princess, the presidents of different countries have had COVID-19. We have lost very influential people on COVID-19, just as we have lost very poor people on COVID-19. So this is a sickness that is so fair. Even those that are used to run to European hospitals, they have no chance, because there is no chance. Or even in Europe, there is COVID in Europe. So we have to be kind. We have no choice. We have to change. We have to think a lot. We have to reflect. We have to work on our behavior, on our love your neighbor. We have to work on a lot of things. Because COVID has come to discipline most of us. And the one that has not been touched till now is still maybe having a second chance. We still have time. So we need to work on this. We need to work on our thoughts, on our actions, because they say that if you put on the face mask, you are not only protecting yourself, but you're protecting the other person. So whether you like it or not, you are being forced to protect the other person. You may think you are protecting by putting 2, 3 layers, but you could be the one that is sick, and by you putting 2, 3 layers of face mask, you will not give it out to someone else. So I think it has brought us to humanity,
This
Yeah.
is a very nice one. It has brought us to humanity, and I think that we will reflect more than ever before, and we are going to realize that life is really in phases, and like the wise book says, everything has its season. Ma'am, how do we take the fear from our people so that even though they are now in lockdown, and we have all these insecurities coming up, we have all the challenges coming up, maybe lots of racism that will be showing against their faces, maybe violence that comes as a result of a husband or the wife losing their jobs and the financial insecurities and all that. How do we give them again that hope, take away that fear? Because when people live in fear, there's a lot of panic and a lot of disaster. So how do we help them take this fear from them? Looking at things at a spiritual, economical, and all round holistic approach.
Yes, thank you very much. I think the way we as social workers, the way we can take this fear is by doing what we can, like sharing the information. We know that information is knowledge, sharing is caring. We always talk to our children and we tell them to share. So as you share information, as you care what you have, as you help the needy, as you take care of the other person by not just being undisciplined, by not washing your hands, by not putting on your face mask, by not staying indoors, you are not caring about the one that is vulnerable. So this is maybe something what we can say. And the other thing is, like, we need to have to go back to the resources. I think at the beginning of this program a few weeks ago, we talked about the different resources that we have. We have the mentor, we have the economic, we have the creative resource, we have the emotional resource, we have different financial emotion resources. We need to use all these resources that God has given us to help and to be there for each other during this time. Now, for those that are having fears, that are saying like, I'm so afraid, I'm sickly, I'm vulnerable, I don't know I'm going to survive. No. Um, we need to do the needful, and the rest God is going to take control. So this is the only thing we can say, and we can also assure you that we have learned that there's a vaccine that is coming. So when this vaccine comes, we pray that this vaccine is going to come with good things to protect us. So there is hope. There is hope. We can see a hope. So we need to do all what it takes. We need to cooperate with the government. We need to cooperate with the policy makers. We don't just ignore them, what they are saying. If they say stay at home, we stay at home. If they say don't go visit someone, don't go visit someone. If they say if you are traveling, take a test, do it. So wash your hand, cover your mouth. Very simple steps, and we are going to be okay. And as I said, with those that are having anxiety and fears, we need to be there as a community, as a village, like I always say, for them. And this is also going to help them. The way we talked about people having mental health issues, we need to be a loving society, especially this time of the festival. This is the time that we are supposed to show much love. Pick your phone and call someone. Send a video, send a nice message to someone. And this, by you doing so, you'll be taking care of that person that is in fear. So this is all what we can advise our viewers to do. Take care of your children, keep your children busy. It's bad enough that they are not going to grandma or going to play on the playing ground, that they are not going to make the ice man that they use, the snowman that they are used to do, and all these fireworks, New Year fireworks, every restriction, everything has been restricted, is already banned enough to people. So let's just be involved with our friends, with the from a distance, with the measures that are being talked about. And we also try to do maybe what makes us happy, and we try to have our emotions under control and not our emotions having control over us. So if you notice that your emotions are having total control of you, try to get help. We have a lot of hotlines numbers, and so if you don't know them, you can drop a message or call. If you are listening today, on the messenger we respond, we say that we are available through email or also through WhatsApp, so we can try to support you in whatever we can. And also, we are calling on people outside there. If you feel that you have time, and if someone is in problem, you can spend time talking to this person. We are also advising you to get in touch with us so that we can make a collective, a caring community, a caring society. Last but not the least that I would want to say is, find out what is it that makes you happy, and try to spend more time doing that thing. If it is singing, continue singing. If it's playing an instrument, do it. If it is cooking, try different recipes. And this is not going to be a difficult time for you or for your children or family members. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. And of course, 58 minutes goes very quick. And today we have been on the conversation COVID-19 and the lockdown. And we want to encourage you. It is our assignment as Afro-Social Workers to pass you the information that you need. Not only the information, but give you the necessary tips, support that you need so that you can be able to manage the different emotions that could come up as a result of the lockdowns coming ahead of us, or again starting tomorrow. In addition to that, we have also offered two programs for the children. We are offering a weekly program starting on the 19th of 12, from 11 o'clock to 1 p.m. Someone is just asking the question if that will be in Germany. Oh, yes, that will be worldwide because we are using the Zoom, the online program. And so you just have to get in touch with us. The contacts were already given, per WhatsApp, per Messenger, or again, just per Facebook. Write to us. We want to register our son, our daughter, and we're going to send you the link. We are not doing that live because we are protecting your children by not exposing them on social media platforms. And of course, my colleague also exposed the different offers for parents and told parents how they can get the support to do the work. If you need any support during this time, please get in touch with us and we will give you the necessary support. Remember too that your school, the teachers are also available. They will be online waiting for you. They will be in schools. They'll be waiting for you. Make use of those opportunities. And last but not the least, we are also having mentoring program. We are also looking for mentors who can mentor people. Please, this will be challenging moments, so that's why we are offering also the mentoring program. Join the list of mentees and join the list of mentors so that we can accompany you during this period. If you have any other questions, please make sure you get in touch with us. This is our Afro Social Workers, and we are here for you. Ma'am, any last word for the people? Remember, we are during the festive moment. Maybe a nice word for the people before we close.
Yes, very short, just to remind you that what we always say from the beginning, your problems, our solutions for our people. This is going to come up, and if you have any creative idea, write to us and we can implement it, because we like also taking a share and getting information from everyone. So if we are still going to see each other once before Christmas, so
Mm,
that's why I'm not wishing you Christmas, happy Christmas, but I'm going to do this next week. Maybe
yeah,
very important information is the King's program will be in German,
yeah.
because most of the children in Germany they speak German, so it's gonna be in German so that we can reach all the children. Thank you
Mhm.
very much for listening.
Thank you very much, ma'am. And of course, if you have your questions, do not hesitate to send your questions. We've come to the end of this conversation today. We have been your Afro social workers because we love you, because we want to be there for you. We are bringing this information to inspire you, to empower you, and to make you an instrument of change for your generation. God bless you, and we meet same time next week. Until then,
Thank you.
take care of yourself